the bank robbers took a hostage. When they were completely surrounded, the police shouted for the hostage to surrender. That left the robber totally confused. Turns out Jack was a regular in prison. He'd been there 8 times, all for bank robbery. Today was the day he finished his sentence. This time he had finally figured it out. There's no future in being a robber. He decided to take the money he earned sewing in prison and go home to sell sweet potatoes. But the sheriff who caught him back then wasn't happy. He suggested Jack rob another bank, because that sheriff had risen through the police ranks by catching Jack. Jack wasn't angry when he heard this. Instead, he asked the sheriff to drive him to the bank. But in reality, Jack only wanted to deposit his prison wages. Unfortunately, Jack ran into bank robbers mid-heist. Jack had no choice but to take back his check and wait it out. Just as one robber tried to bite open a grenade to scare people, but the face was seen by everyone. The robber had to grab the money and run. But by then, the police had already surrounded them. The furious robbers dragged Jack as a hostage. And that's how the opening scene happened. The sheriff thought Jack was a real tough guy, robbing without hesitation. But Jack felt wronged. To prove he was a hostage, not a robber, he insisted the police see exactly whose hands held the weapon. But then the gun went off by accident. That stirred up a hornet's nest. The two nearly got shot to pieces. They had to hide under a car. Jack decided to surrender, but the robber refused, even threatening to shoot. Hearing gunfire, the sheriff mistakenly thought Jack was faking surrender, and issued the final warning. Helpless, Jack had to grab the gun, and was forced to become the robber himself. He began negotiating with the sheriff. Now it turned into Jack holding the robber hostage to escape. But Jack floored the gas and drove him straight to the police station to turn himself in. The robber refused to talk, not wanting to go to prison. So Jack had to explain everything himself, even handing over the stolen money as evidence. Unexpectedly, the police recognized him. The robber took the chance to frame Jack instead. Jack was dumbfounded. He had no choice but to knock out the cops, and begin a fugitive's life that wasn't even supposed to be his.